Hey, so I'm not even sure what I'm going to talk about today. I was out on my bicycle going for a ride, and like I was thinking about this video, and as I was riding, I was thinking, what are some subtopics I could talk about? And of course, as usual, when I get in front of the camera, I don't think about anything. So let's start. It's been a beautiful day out here in the desert. Just going for a ride on my bicycle. I needed it. As I had mentioned in my last video, which was 2 days ago now, I had been going through a real rough spell with my back. It's still not a whole lot better, but I was starting to just feel like complete crap. And I ate better today. Got up early this morning, went to work, got off kind of early, got some rest, and then decided that getting out, going for a bicycle ride is probably what I need at this moment. I've got 2 assignments due on Monday for school, and I just needed to get out and do something to get my mind off of everything. And hopefully this will help kind of stretch my back out a little bit. It's all kinked up in the middle, as usually happens. My diagnosed problems are all in my lower back and in my neck. When I talked to the doctor about the pain in my mid back, kind of seems like she's shrugging it off, but it's more like, well, there's nothing we can do about that. It's just related to everything else being out of alignment. But I can tell you that when I stay in shape, it pulls the pressure off of it. It feels like there's a kink right in my mid back below my sternum that is just constantly just like got put in a vice, and somebody's just cranking it. Some days it feels like somebody hit it with a sledgehammer and just shattered it all over my middle back. But yeah, I get the pains in my lower back, pains in my neck too. Those seem to be what, when somebody says, "Oh, my back hurts," that's usually what they're talking about, is their lower back. I've learned that after years of complaining about my back problems, when I was complaining about my whole back, my entire spine, just feeling like somebody had, just like from my head to my butt, had just kind of smashed me. And it just felt like it was all over. But I've come to find out that when people complain about their back problems, they're talking about their lower back. When people hear you complain about their back problems, your back problems, they think you're talking about your lower back. That's not always the case with me, of course. And then when you complain about your neck, you're complaining about your neck. No, with me, it's everywhere. Before my physical therapy, I would used to have constant issues where my mid back would feel like it collapsed, and it would catch me right in the diaphragm, where I would have trouble breathing. This is something I had mentioned to my doctor, but they didn't really seem to take too much heed of it. They actually thought I was having panic attacks, and I was like, no, this isn't panic attacks. This is my back. I physically am having trouble breathing because it feels like my diaphragm is caught. Funny, I went to see a chiropractor for a while before I went to physical therapy, and without me even having to tell him about that problem, he was able to analyze and diagnose that problem. He was like, yeah, it's got you caught right here in your diaphragm. I was like, yeah, I have trouble breathing all the time. He's like, yeah, I know you do. Let me try to get the sun out of your face there. I'm sitting here up against a berm because it's really windy today, and I'm hoping that this cuts down on the wind so that you guys can hear me and not just a bunch of whooshing. So anyway, we were talking about the back. Kind of getting some rest. Too much rest last few days, but what could I do? I was in a depressed, funky, anxious mood. I knew I needed to get up and get some exercise, but I was afraid by doing that, then I might injure myself more, and then I wouldn't be able to sit at my computer and do my homework. But finally something just had to give, and I had to get out here and go for a ride. But it is a beautiful day. I'm not originally from a desert area, and I miss wetness. I miss water. rain, the beach, all that stuff. But I mean, it's definitely nice out here. I've lived out here since 2007. During the summer, it just gets miserably hot. Hate that. During the winter, it gets too cold. But right now, the last day in March, it is just beautiful. Kind of want to. I don't know, just kind of sweep. If that even showed you guys anything, it might have just been a big bright blur. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. And it's really great for somebody who likes to get outdoors. I used to get up there in those mountains all the time and go hiking, but can't do that anymore because I don't have a car. Hoping to get one within the next year. Hopefully I can save up some money, get my license all straightened out and get one. We'll see. That would be really nice too, because then I can help out more with the kids, being able to pick them up from school more and just take them places when they come to visit, not be stuck within a walking distance or have to plan a bus trip. But anyway, yeah, so my mood has improved much better than it has been the last 5 days, and that's always a good thing. I mean, yeah, I do go through cycles of depression sometimes, but I feel like that's kind of, I mean, that has to be understood. I mean, that's why so many people with chronic injuries and pain are depressed or go through times of depression. So, but getting out, getting some exercise has been good. I'll work on stretching my back out. Now that I've got the blood flowing all over my body, it'll be easier to kind of do that, stretch it out, eat a good dinner, stay hydrated, get up in the morning, go to work, then come home, and hopefully I'll feel like working on my homework. I mean, sitting in a chair, standing, doing anything that involves pressure on my back in times like this is just, it's intolerable, straight up intolerable. Which is why, of course, you know, sitting at the chair at my computer, of course I can move with my laptop over to the couch, but I can stand up. But any of those kind of things, it doesn't give me enough relief of the pain to really be able to focus on what I need to do at those times. But I'm fighting it, I'm doing it, and I always will, because I've been to the bottom of where you can get when you lose everything. You got no income, no money, no place to live, anything like that. So I know what that's like, and I cannot go back to that. So that's why I keep trying. And yeah, that was part of the thing too. It was like I had started getting into the depression invoked by the pain, and then I just started worrying about, well, what am I going to do with my future? I mean, I'm going to finish school, but then what am I going to do? You know, I can't continue to work a minimum wage job the rest of my life. But anyway, so I'm rambling, not talking about anything great. Again, it's just kind of about sharing kind of like what goes on in times like this. Because, I mean, yeah. Anyway, talk to y'all later.